Do you want to successfully complete the C715 Objective Assessment exam? Then you are in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers for your success in the C715 OA exam for free. We understand that acing your OA exam can be quite challenging. That's why we provide completely free exam guides and practice questions for you. In this video, we will cover questions from creative environment, cognitive flexibility, multiple factors, evaluation bias, and motivation role. Let's get started. 1. A company faces declining sales and decides to gather diverse employees for brainstorming sessions. Which stage of the creative process involves generating novel and useful ideas for solving this business problem? A. Problem identification. B. Idea generation. C. Creative behavior. D. Solution implementation. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Creative behavior. Explanation. Option C is correct because creative behavior encompasses the entire process of producing novel and useful ideas to solve problems, including both the generation and application of creative solutions. Option A is incorrect because problem identification is the preliminary stage where issues are recognized, not where creative solutions are generated or applied. Option B is incorrect because idea generation is only one component of creative behavior, not the complete process of producing and applying novel solutions. Option D is incorrect because solution implementation comes after creative behavior has produced the ideas, focusing on execution rather than creative problem solving. Let's explore how organizations tackle business challenges through creative problem solving. When a company faces declining sales and brings together diverse employees for brainstorming, they're engaging in what we call creative behavior. This isn't just about having ideas pop into your head. It's the complete process of generating novel solutions and actually applying them to solve real problems. Creative behavior encompasses everything from recognizing the problem to generating ideas and then implementing those solutions in practical ways. 2. During a product development meeting, team members build on each other's suggestions without criticism. This approach best demonstrates which aspect of fostering organizational creativity. A. Individual intelligence. B. Creative environment. C. Personal autonomy. D. Technical expertise. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Creative environment. Explanation. Option B is correct because a creative environment provides psychological safety where ideas can flow freely without judgment, enabling collaborative creativity and innovative thinking within teams. Option A is incorrect because individual intelligence alone doesn't create the collaborative atmosphere needed for team members to build on each other's ideas freely. Option C is incorrect because personal autonomy relates to individual freedom in work choices, not the collaborative and supportive team dynamic described here. Option D is incorrect because technical expertise focuses on specific knowledge and skills, not the supportive atmosphere that encourages creative collaboration. Now let's understand what makes brainstorming sessions truly effective for fostering creativity. When team members build on each other's suggestions without criticism during product development meetings, they're creating what we call a creative environment. This isn't about individual brilliance or technical skills, it's about establishing psychological safety where ideas can flow freely. The magic happens when people feel safe to share wild ideas without fear of judgment, allowing collaborative creativity to flourish. 3. A marketing manager consistently produces innovative campaign ideas by combining unrelated concepts from different industries. This ability primarily demonstrates which characteristic of creative potential. A. High intelligence only. B. Working memory capacity. C. cognitive flexibility, D, leadership skills. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C, cognitive flexibility. Explanation. Option C is correct because cognitive flexibility enables individuals to connect disparate concepts and shift between different mental frameworks, essential for combining unrelated ideas into innovative solutions. Option A is incorrect because high intelligence alone doesn't guarantee the ability to combine unrelated concepts. It requires specific cognitive flexibility skills. Option B is incorrect because working memory capacity helps retain information, but doesn't directly enable the creative combination of unrelated concepts. Option D is incorrect because leadership skills relate to managing people and projects, not the cognitive ability to merge unrelated concepts creatively. Here's a fascinating aspect of creative thinking that sets innovators apart. When a marketing manager combines unrelated concepts from different industries to create innovative campaigns, they're demonstrating cognitive flexibility. This is the mental agility to jump between different frameworks and connect dots that others don't see. It's like having a mental gymnastics ability that lets you flip between different ways of thinking, allowing you to merge fashion trends with technology concepts or combine food industry ideas with automotive marketing. 4. Research shows that creative individuals often possess both openness to experience and high need for cognition. What does this combination suggest about the relationship between personality and creativity? A. Single trait dominance. B. Multiple trait interaction. C. Random trait occurrence. D. Inherited trait patterns. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Multiple trait interaction. Explanation. Option B is correct because creativity emerges from the interaction of multiple personality traits working together, with openness and cognition needs reinforcing each other to enhance creative potential. Option A is incorrect because creativity isn't determined by a single dominant trait, but requires multiple complementary characteristics working in combination. Option C is incorrect because the relationship between personality traits and creativity follows predictable patterns, not random occurrences of unrelated characteristics. Option D is incorrect because while some traits may be inherited, the focus here is on how traits interact, not their genetic origins. Research reveals something crucial about creative individuals. They aren't defined by a single trait. Creative people typically show both openness to experience and a high need for cognition, meaning they're curious about the world and they enjoy thinking deeply about complex problems. These traits don't work in isolation, they interact and amplify each other. When someone is open to new experiences, they gather diverse inputs, and their love of deep thinking helps them process and recombine these inputs in creative ways. 5. An employee suggests crowdsourcing uniform designs after management expresses dissatisfaction with current options. This scenario best illustrates which phase of the three-stage creativity model. A. Idea evaluation only. B. Problem recognition. C. Idea generation. D. Creative implementation. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Idea generation. Explanation. Option C is correct because idea generation involves producing novel solutions like crowdsourcing, which represents a creative approach to solving the identified uniform design problem. Option A is incorrect because idea evaluation comes after generation, focusing on selecting the best solution rather than proposing the creative approach. Option B is incorrect because problem recognition already occurred when management expressed dissatisfaction. The suggestion represents the generation phase. Option D is incorrect because creative implementation would involve actually executing the crowdsourcing plan, not just suggesting it as a solution. Let's examine the creative process in action through a real workplace scenario. When an employee suggests crowdsourcing uniform designs after management expresses dissatisfaction, we're witnessing the idea generation phase of creativity. This is the moment where someone takes a recognized problem and produces a novel solution. The crowdsourcing suggestion represents creative thinking because it's both new and useful. It offers a fresh approach that could solve the uniform problem by tapping into collective creativity. 6. When evaluating creative solutions, organizations should separate idea generators from evaluators to prevent bias. This practice helps address which common challenge in the creative process. A. Resource limitations. B. Time constraints. C. Ideator bias. D. Market pressure. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Ideator bias. Explanation. Option C is correct because ideator bias occurs when people who generate ideas evaluate them too leniently due to personal attachment, making separation of roles crucial for objective assessment. Option A is incorrect because resource limitations relate to available funding or materials, not the psychological bias in evaluating one's own ideas. Option B is incorrect because time constraints affect project deadlines, but don't explain why generators and evaluators should be different people. Option D is incorrect because market pressure influences external business decisions, not the internal bias issues in creative idea evaluation. Here's a critical insight about evaluating creative ideas that many organizations miss. When the people who generate ideas also evaluate them, they often fall victim to ideator bias. They're too emotionally attached to their creations to judge them objectively. It's like asking parents to judge their own children in a competition. By separating generators from evaluators, organizations ensure that ideas are assessed on their merits rather than through the rose-colored glasses of their creators. 7. A software company encourages employees to spend work time on personal projects, leading to breakthrough innovations. This policy primarily enhances which cause of creative behavior? A. Creative potential. B. Creative environment. C. Technical training. D. Financial incentives. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Creative environment. Explanation. Option B is correct, because providing time for personal projects creates a supportive creative environment that encourages experimentation and innovation without fear of failure or judgment. Option A is incorrect because creative potential is an individual characteristic, while the policy changes the organizational environment supporting creativity. Option C is incorrect because technical training develops specific skills, not the environmental freedom to explore personal creative projects. Option D is incorrect because financial incentives motivate through rewards, not by providing the environmental conditions for creative exploration. Let's talk about how companies like Google revolutionized creativity by giving employees time for personal projects. This policy doesn't just develop individual skills, it fundamentally transforms the creative environment. When people have freedom to explore without fear of failure, their minds enter a different state. They take risks, experiment with wild ideas, and often stumble upon breakthrough innovations. This environmental support is what separates highly creative organizations from those that struggle to innovate. 8. Studies indicate that moderate intelligence combined with high intrinsic motivation often produces more creativity than genius-level intelligence alone. What does this finding suggest about creative success? A. Intelligence doesn't matter. B. Motivation compensates weaknesses. C. Multiple factors interact. D. Genius guarantees creativity. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Multiple factors interact. Explanation. Option C is correct because creative success results from the interaction of multiple factors including intelligence and motivation, with neither factor alone guaranteeing creative achievement. Option A is incorrect because intelligence does matter for creativity. The finding shows it works in combination with other factors. Option B is incorrect because motivation doesn't compensate for weaknesses, but rather combines with intelligence to enhance creative outcomes. Option D is incorrect because the finding explicitly shows that genius-level intelligence alone doesn't guarantee creative success without motivation. Here's something surprising that research tells us about creativity and intelligence. You don't need to be a genius to be highly creative. In fact, moderate intelligence combined with high motivation often beats genius-level IQ alone. Think of creativity as a recipe where intelligence is just one ingredient. When you mix moderate intelligence with passion, persistence, and intrinsic motivation, you get a powerful combination. The key insight is that multiple factors interact to produce creativity, not any single trait in isolation. 9. A design team use structured brainstorming sessions where all ideas are recorded without judgment before evaluation begins. This approach primarily prevents which obstacle to organizational creativity? A. Premature criticism. B. Resource scarcity. C. Market uncertainty. D. Technical limitations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Premature criticism. Explanation. Option A is correct because recording all ideas without judgment prevents premature criticism that can shut down creative thinking and discourage team members from sharing innovative concepts. Option B is incorrect because resource scarcity relates to material or financial constraints, not the psychological barriers addressed by non-judgmental brainstorming. Option C is incorrect because market uncertainty is an external business factor, not an internal creative process obstacle addressed by brainstorming structure. Option D is incorrect because technical limitations involve skill or technology gaps, not the judgmental attitudes that structured brainstorming prevents. Let's understand why structured brainstorming with a no judgment rule is so powerful. When teams record all ideas without criticism before evaluation, they're preventing premature criticism, the creativity killer. Imagine if every time someone shared an idea, it was immediately shot down. People would stop sharing and innovation would die. By creating a judgment-free zone during idea generation, teams unlock the psychological safety needed for truly creative thinking. The evaluation comes later, but first, let the ideas flow. 10. An organization implements a policy where authority figures step back during idea generation phases. This strategy addresses which specific barrier to creative behavior in hierarchical structures? A. Budget constraints. B. Authority inhibition. C. Technology gaps. D. Market competition. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Authority inhibition. Explanation. Option B is correct because authority inhibition occurs when hierarchy stifles creativity because people fear judgment from superiors, making their temporary absence beneficial for idea generation. Option A is incorrect because budget constraints are financial limitations, not psychological barriers related to authority presence during creative sessions. Option C is incorrect because technology gaps involve missing tools or systems, not the psychological impact of authority figures on creativity. Option D is incorrect because market competition is an external business pressure, not an internal hierarchical barrier to creative expression. Here's a powerful strategy for overcoming hierarchy's dampening effect on creativity. When authority figures step back during idea generation, they're addressing authority inhibition, a phenomenon where people self-censor around bosses. It's natural human psychology. When the boss is in the room, people play it safe. They propose conventional ideas instead of radical innovations. By removing this hierarchical pressure temporarily, organizations unleash the creative potential that authority unconsciously suppresses. 11. Research reveals that individuals with diverse knowledge backgrounds often produce more creative solutions. This phenomenon best demonstrates the importance of which creative characteristic? A. Specialized expertise. B. Broad knowledge base. C. Technical precision. D. Focused concentration. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Broad knowledge base. Explanation. Option B is correct because a broad knowledge base allows individuals to draw connections across different domains, combining diverse concepts to create novel and innovative solutions. Option A is incorrect because specialized expertise provides depth in one area, but lacks the breadth needed for cross-domain creative connections. Option C is incorrect because technical precision ensures accuracy in execution, but doesn't facilitate the diverse thinking that enhances creativity. Option D is incorrect because focused concentration helps complete tasks, but may limit the wide-ranging thinking that diverse knowledge enables. Let's explore why Renaissance thinkers were often creative geniuses across multiple fields. When individuals have diverse knowledge backgrounds, they can make connections that specialists miss. Think of knowledge as puzzle pieces from different boxes. A specialist has many pieces from one box, but someone with broad knowledge has pieces from many boxes. This variety allows them to create entirely new pictures by combining pieces in ways nobody else imagined. That's the power of a broad knowledge base in creativity. 12. A company notices that their most creative employees share certain personality traits beyond just intelligence. Which combination of characteristics most strongly predicts creative potential, according to research? A. Intelligence plus obedience. B. Conformity plus expertise. C. Openness plus cognition need. D. Stability plus routine preference. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Openness plus cognition need. Explanation. Option C is correct because openness to experience, combined with high need for cognition, creates individuals who seek new experiences and enjoy mental challenges, fostering creative thinking. Option A is incorrect because obedience tends to suppress creative thinking by prioritizing rule following over innovative problem solving and experimentation. Option B is incorrect because conformity actively discourages the divergent thinking necessary for creativity, despite expertise providing knowledge. Option D is incorrect because preference for stability and routine opposes the flexibility and experimentation required for creative breakthroughs. Research consistently shows that the most creative employees aren't just smart, they share specific personality combinations. Openness to experience paired with high need for cognition creates a powerful creative engine. Openness drives people to seek new experiences and perspectives, while need for cognition compels them to think deeply about what they encounter. Together, these traits create individuals who both collect diverse inputs and process them thoroughly, leading to creative breakthroughs that others miss. 13. During idea evaluation, a company uses external consultants rather than internal teams who generated the ideas. This practice specifically addresses which aspect of the creative process? A. Reducing evaluation bias. B. Increasing idea quantity. C. Speeding up decisions. D. Cutting evaluation costs. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Reducing evaluation bias. Explanation. Option A is correct because external consultants provide objective evaluation, free from personal attachment to ideas, eliminating the self-serving bias that affects internal idea generators. Option B is incorrect because using external evaluators affects evaluation quality and objectivity, not the quantity of ideas being generated. Option C is incorrect because bringing in external consultants typically slows down rather than speeds up the evaluation process. Option D is incorrect because hiring external consultants usually increases rather than reduces the costs associated with idea evaluation. Let's understand why external consultants often provide better idea evaluation than internal teams. When you create something, you become emotionally invested in it. This is evaluation bias in action. External consultants bring fresh eyes without the baggage of personal attachment. They can objectively assess whether an idea truly solves the problem without worrying about hurt feelings or political implications. This objectivity is crucial for selecting the best ideas rather than the most popular or politically safe ones. 14. An innovation lab separates physical workspace from regular offices and removes traditional hierarchical symbols. This design choice primarily aims to enhance which aspect of creativity? A. Technical capabilities. B. Environmental support. C. Individual intelligence. D. Financial resources. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Environmental support. Explanation. Option B is correct because physical separation and removal of hierarchical symbols creates an environment that psychologically frees individuals from conventional thinking and organizational constraints. Option A is incorrect because technical capabilities relate to skills and tools, not the psychological impact of physical space design. Option C is incorrect because individual intelligence is an inherent characteristic unaffected by changes in physical workspace design. Option D is incorrect because financial resources involve budgets and funding, not the creative benefits of specialized workspace design. Physical space profoundly impacts creative thinking in ways we're just beginning to understand. When innovation labs remove hierarchical symbols and create separate spaces, they're engineering environmental support for creativity. Traditional offices with corner offices and executive floors constantly remind people of power dynamics. But in a neutral, hierarchy-free space, minds relax and ideas flow more freely. The environment literally changes how our brains work, shifting from defensive thinking to creative exploration. 15. A manager notices that breakthrough ideas often emerge when team members feel psychologically safe to express unconventional thoughts. This observation highlights the importance of which creative factor? A. Technical training. B. Supportive culture. C. Financial rewards. D. Time pressure. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Supportive culture. Explanation. Option B is correct because a supportive culture, providing psychological safety, enables individuals to share unconventional ideas without fear, essential for breakthrough creative thinking. Option A is incorrect because technical training develops specific skills but doesn't necessarily foster an environment where unconventional ideas are welcomed. Option C is incorrect because financial rewards may motivate performance, but they do not guarantee the psychological safety required for expressing unusual or risky ideas. Option D is incorrect because time pressure typically constrains rather than enables the expression of unconventional creative thoughts, as it may lead to more conservative approaches. Psychological safety is the secret ingredient that transforms ordinary teams into creative powerhouses. When people feel safe to express unconventional thoughts without fear of ridicule or punishment, breakthrough ideas emerge. This supportive culture acts like fertile soil for creativity. Without it, even the most brilliant minds stay silent. Companies that build this safety see employees sharing wild ideas that seem crazy at first, but often lead to game-changing innovations. 16. Studies show that moderate time constraints can enhance creativity, while extreme deadlines reduce it. This finding suggests that creative performance follows which type of relationship with pressure? A. Linear positive relationship. B. Inverse relationship. C. Curvilinear relationship. D. Random relationship. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Curvilinear relationship. Explanation. Option C is correct, because the curvilinear relationship shows creativity initially increases with moderate pressure, then decreases under extreme pressure, forming an inverted U-shaped curve. Option A is incorrect because a linear positive relationship would mean creativity continuously increases with pressure, contradicting the negative extreme effects. Option B is incorrect because an inverse relationship would mean creativity always decreases with pressure, ignoring the benefits of moderate constraints. Option D is incorrect because the relationship between pressure and creativity follows a predictable pattern, not random variations. Here's a fascinating paradox about creativity and pressure that every manager should know. Moderate time constraints actually boost creativity by providing focus and urgency, but extreme deadlines crush it. Picture creativity as a bell curve: too little pressure, and people lack motivation; too much, and they panic. The sweet spot is in the middle, where there's enough pressure to concentrate effort, but not so much that stress blocks creative thinking. This curvilinear relationship explains why some deadlines inspire while others paralyze. 17. An organization implements regular role rotation to expose employees to different departments and challenges. This practice primarily develops which aspect of creative potential? A. Specialized expertise. B. Cognitive flexibility. C. Technical precision. D. Routine efficiency. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Cognitive flexibility. Explanation. Option B is correct, because role rotation develops cognitive flexibility by forcing individuals to adapt to different contexts and perspectives, enhancing their creative problem-solving abilities. Option A is incorrect because role rotation prevents deep specialization by moving people between areas before expertise fully develops. Option C is incorrect because technical precision requires focused practice in specific areas, which rotation disrupts rather than develops. Option D is incorrect because routine efficiency comes from repetition and stability, opposite to the variety that rotation provides. Role rotation is like cross-training for the creative mind, and here's why it's so powerful. When employees move between departments, they're forced to see problems from multiple angles, developing cognitive flexibility. Each new role requires adapting to different thinking patterns, tools, and perspectives. Over time, this mental gymnastics creates employees who can fluidly shift between different problem-solving approaches, making unexpected connections that lead to innovation. 18. A tech startup encourages employees to share failed experiments openly without negative consequences. This policy primarily addresses which barrier to organizational creativity? A. Fear of failure. B. Lack of resources. C. Missing skills. D. Time limitations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Fear of failure. Explanation. Option A is correct because openly sharing failures without punishment removes fear of failure, encouraging risk-taking and experimentation essential for creative breakthroughs. Option B is incorrect because sharing failures doesn't provide additional resources. It addresses psychological rather than material constraints. Option C is incorrect because discussing failures doesn't develop missing skills. It creates cultural acceptance of experimental learning. Option D is incorrect because sharing failed experiments doesn't create more time. It changes attitudes toward unsuccessful attempts. Tech startups have discovered something crucial about innovation. Celebrating failure is as important as celebrating success. When employees can share failed experiments without negative consequences, it removes the fear of failure that paralyzes creativity. Think about it. Every breakthrough required multiple failed attempts first. By making failure acceptable, even valuable for learning, companies create an environment where people take the bold risks necessary for innovation rather than playing it safe with conventional solutions. 19. Research indicates that diverse teams often produce more creative solutions than homogeneous groups. This advantage primarily stems from which mechanism? A. Faster consensus. B. Similar thinking. C. Varied perspectives. D. Reduced conflict. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Varied perspectives. Explanation. Option C is correct because diverse teams bring varied perspectives that challenge assumptions and combine different viewpoints, leading to more innovative and creative solutions. Option A is incorrect because diverse teams typically take longer to reach consensus due to different viewpoints requiring discussion. Option B is incorrect because similar thinking is characteristic of homogeneous groups, not diverse teams with varied backgrounds. Option D is incorrect because diverse teams often experience more conflict initially, though this can stimulate creative thinking. Diverse teams are creativity goldmines, and here's the science behind why. When people from different backgrounds work together, they bring varied perspectives that challenge each other's assumptions. It's like having multiple cameras capturing the same scene from different angles. Suddenly you see dimensions you never knew existed. While homogeneous teams think alike and agree quickly, diverse teams engage in creative friction that, though sometimes uncomfortable, produces innovative solutions that no single perspective could achieve. 20. An advertising agency restructures evaluation committees to include people from different departments who weren't involved in idea generation. This change primarily improves which aspect? A. Generation speed. B. Evaluation objectivity. C. Implementation efficiency. D. Budget management. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Evaluation objectivity. Explanation option B is correct because including uninvolved evaluators from different departments provides fresh perspectives and eliminates personal bias towards specific ideas, improving evaluation objectivity. Option A is incorrect because changing evaluation committees affects assessment quality, not the speed of idea generation processes. Option C is incorrect because evaluation committee structure impacts selection quality, not the efficiency of implementing chosen ideas. Option D is incorrect because committee composition affects decision quality rather than financial aspects of budget management. Smart organizations restructure their evaluation committees for maximum objectivity, and here's how it works. By including people from different departments who weren't involved in idea generation, they eliminate the personal bias that clouds judgment. Fresh eyes from marketing, finance, and operations each bring their unique lens to evaluate ideas. This cross-functional perspective ensures ideas are judged on merit and feasibility rather than politics or personal preference, leading to better innovation decisions. 21. A company finds that employees generate more creative ideas when working on projects they personally chose versus assigned tasks. This finding best illustrates the role of which factor? A. External pressure. B. Intrinsic motivation. C. Financial incentive. D. Technical training. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Intrinsic motivation. Explanation. Option B is correct because intrinsic motivation from personal interest and choice drives creative thinking more effectively than external assignments, enhancing engagement and innovative output. Option A is incorrect because external pressure typically constrains creativity, while personal choice represents internal rather than external drivers. Option C is incorrect because financial incentives are external motivators, not the internal drive that comes from personal project selection. Option D is incorrect because technical training provides skills but doesn't explain why self-selected projects produce more creative outcomes. The power of choice in creativity is profound and backed by solid research. When employees choose their own projects versus being assigned tasks, their intrinsic motivation soars. It's the difference between being told to paint a picture versus choosing to paint something you're passionate about. This internal drive, this personal investment, activates different parts of the brain associated with creativity. People work harder, think deeper, and produce more innovative solutions when they're pursuing something they personally care about. 22. Organizations with flat hierarchies often report higher creative output than traditional pyramidal structures. This difference primarily results from reduced impact of which factor? A. Authority inhibition. B. Resource allocation. C. Market forces. D. Technology access. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Authority inhibition. Explanation. Option A is correct because flat hierarchies reduce authority inhibition by minimizing power distances, allowing ideas to flow freely without fear of hierarchical judgment. Option B is incorrect because hierarchy structure affects communication and creativity culture more than actual resource distribution mechanisms. Option C is incorrect because market forces are external factors that affect all organizational structures regardless of internal hierarchy. Option D is incorrect because technology access depends on investment and infrastructure, not organizational hierarchy structure. Flat organizational structures are creativity accelerators, and the reason is pure psychology. In traditional pyramids, every layer of hierarchy adds another filter of self-censorship. People worry about what their boss thinks, what their boss's boss thinks, and so on. But in flat structures, this authority inhibition disappears. Ideas flow directly from source to implementation without being watered down by hierarchical fears. This direct communication channel preserves the bold, creative essence of original ideas. 23. A design firm establishes dedicated, quiet spaces for individual reflection alongside collaborative areas. This dual approach recognizes that creativity requires which combination? A. Isolation only. B. Collaboration only. C. Both solitude and interaction. D. Neither solitude nor interaction. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Both solitude and interaction. Explanation. Option C is correct because creativity benefits from both solitary reflection for deep thinking and collaborative interaction for idea exchange and development. Option A is incorrect because isolation alone limits the cross-pollination of ideas that collaboration provides for creative development. Option B is incorrect because collaboration alone doesn't provide the quiet reflection, time needed for deep creative thinking. Option D is incorrect because both solitude and interaction are valuable for different aspects of the creative process. Modern design firms understand that creativity needs both solitude and collaboration. It's not an either-or situation. Quiet spaces allow for deep thinking where complex problems are pondered without distraction. Collaborative areas enable idea exchange where concepts bounce between minds and evolve. The magic happens when employees can move fluidly between both modes. This dual approach recognizes that creativity is both an internal and social process. 24. Successful creative individuals often demonstrate persistence through multiple failures before achieving breakthroughs. This pattern highlights the importance of which psychological characteristic? A. Risk aversion. B. Quick surrender. C. Resilience. D. Immediate success. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Resilience. Explanation. Option C is correct because resilience enables creative individuals to persist through failures and setbacks, learning from mistakes to eventually achieve creative breakthroughs. Option A is incorrect because risk aversion would prevent the experimentation and failure necessary for creative learning and development. Option B is incorrect because quick surrender after failure prevents the iterative learning process essential for creative achievement. Option D is incorrect because immediate success is rare in creativity. Most breakthroughs require persistence through multiple attempts. The story of every creative breakthrough includes a chapter on resilience, the ability to persist through failure. Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Each failure taught him what didn't work, narrowing the path to what would. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about learning from setbacks. Creative individuals see failure not as an endpoint, but as valuable data in their ongoing experiment toward innovation. 25. A software company allows developers to modify their work schedules around their peak creative hours. This flexibility primarily accommodates which aspect of creative work? A. Uniform productivity. B. Variable inspiration timing. C. Constant output. D. Predictable creativity. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Variable inspiration timing. Explanation. Option B is correct because creative inspiration varies by individual and time. So flexible scheduling allows people to work during their most creative and productive periods. Option A is incorrect because uniform productivity assumes constant output levels, contradicting the variable nature of creative work. Option C is incorrect because creative work does not produce constant output. It fluctuates based on inspiration and mental state. Option D is incorrect because creativity is inherently unpredictable, which is why flexible scheduling accommodates natural variations. Software companies are pioneering flexible scheduling that aligns with creative rhythms, and there's brilliant logic behind it. Creative inspiration doesn't follow a 9-to-5 schedule. Some people's creative peaks come at midnight, others at dawn. By allowing developers to work during their peak creative hours, companies tap into natural productivity cycles. This isn't about convenience. It's about recognizing that forcing creativity into standard time slots is like trying to schedule when to have a breakthrough idea. It simply doesn't work that way. 26. Research shows that exposure to diverse experiences outside work enhances employee creativity within organizations. This finding supports which approach to developing creative potential? A. Narrow specialization. B. Broad life experiences. C. Technical focus only. D. Work isolation. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Broad life experiences. Explanation. Option B is correct because broad life experiences provide diverse mental models and perspectives that individuals can apply creatively to workplace challenges and innovations. Option A is incorrect because narrow specialization limits the diverse inputs that fuel creative connections and innovative thinking. Option C is incorrect because technical focus alone misses the creative insights that come from non-technical life experiences. Option D is incorrect because work isolation prevents the external experiences that provide fresh perspectives for creative problem solving. Here's why companies like Apple encourage employees to travel, take art classes, and pursue diverse hobbies. Broad life experiences outside work create a rich mental library that fuels workplace creativity. When you learn salsa dancing, you're not just learning steps, you're understanding rhythm, partnership, and flow. These concepts can later inspire how you design user interfaces or manage team dynamics. Every new experience adds another tool to your creative toolkit, and the brain loves making unexpected connections between these diverse inputs. 27. An innovation team includes members with different educational backgrounds rather than all experts in one field. This diversity strategy primarily enhances which creative process? A. Uniform thinking. B. Cross-domain synthesis. C. Specialized depth. D. Technical precision. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Cross-domain synthesis. Explanation: option B is correct because different educational backgrounds enable cross-domain synthesis, where concepts from various fields combine to create novel solutions. Option A is incorrect because diverse educational backgrounds produce varied rather than uniform thinking patterns and approaches. Option C is incorrect because mixing backgrounds reduces specialized depth in favor of breadth and interdisciplinary connections. Option D is incorrect because technical precision comes from focused expertise, not the diverse perspectives that educational variety provides. Innovation teams deliberately mix educational backgrounds, and the results are spectacular. When an engineer, artist, psychologist, and business major tackle the same problem, magic happens. The engineer thinks in systems, the artist in aesthetics, the psychologist in human behavior, and the business major in market viability. This cross-domain synthesis creates solutions that are technically sound, beautiful, user-friendly, and marketable, something no single discipline could achieve alone. 28. A company notices that their most creative periods follow team-building retreats, emphasizing psychological safety. This pattern suggests that creativity thrives when which condition exists? A. Competitive pressure. B. Trust among members. C. Individual isolation. D. Strict evaluation. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Trust among members. Explanation: option B is correct because trust among team members creates psychological safety where individuals freely share unconventional ideas without fear of ridicule or judgment. Option A is incorrect because competitive pressure between team members can inhibit sharing and collaboration necessary for group creativity. Option C is incorrect because individual isolation prevents the collaborative trust building that enhances team creative performance. Option D is incorrect because strict evaluation creates fear and judgment that suppresses the risk-taking essential for creativity. There's a powerful pattern that emerges after team-building retreats focused on psychological safety. Creativity explodes. Trust among team members acts like oil in an engine, allowing ideas to flow smoothly without the friction of fear. When people trust their teammates won't mock or steal their ideas, they share their wildest, most innovative thoughts. This trust creates a creative combustion where ideas build on each other exponentially, producing innovations that cautious, distrustful teams could never achieve. 29. Organizations implementing suggestion boxes often find that anonymous submissions contain more creative ideas than attributed ones. This phenomenon best illustrates which principle? A. Removing identification pressure. B. Increasing submission quantity. C. Reducing processing time. D. Eliminating implementation costs. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Removing identification pressure. Explanation. Option A is correct because anonymous submissions remove identification pressure and fear of judgment, allowing people to propose truly creative and unconventional ideas freely. Option B is incorrect because anonymity affects idea quality and boldness more than the raw quantity of submissions received. Option C is incorrect because anonymous submissions don't inherently reduce the time needed to process and evaluate ideas. Option D is incorrect because anonymity doesn't affect the costs associated with implementing selected creative ideas. The anonymous suggestion box reveals a fundamental truth about human creativity and social pressure. When people can submit ideas anonymously, they propose bolder, more radical innovations. Why? Because removing identification eliminates the fear of looking foolish. That crazy idea that could revolutionize the company but sounds absurd, it gets submitted. Anonymous submissions strip away the social armor we wear, revealing the pure creative thoughts we usually keep hidden. Sometimes the best ideas come from those too shy to speak up in meetings. 30. A marketing team generates better creative campaigns when given broad objectives rather than detailed specifications. This approach leverages which aspect of creative thinking? A. Constraint necessity. B. Freedom to explore. C. Detailed guidance need. D. Specific direction requirement. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Freedom to explore. Explanation. Option B is correct because broad objectives provide freedom to explore various creative directions without being constrained by overly specific requirements that limit innovation. Option A is incorrect because while some constraints help, excessive specifications hinder rather than enable creative thinking. Option C is incorrect because creative thinking benefits from flexibility rather than detailed guidance that restricts exploration. Option D is incorrect because specific directions limit the creative exploration that broad objectives intentionally allow. Marketing teams discovered something counterintuitive about creative briefs. Less can be more. When given broad objectives rather than detailed specifications, creative minds have room to explore and innovate. It's like the difference between painting by numbers and creating original art. Detailed specifications box creativity into predetermined outcomes, but broad objectives provide just enough direction while preserving the freedom to explore unexpected solutions. This freedom to explore is where breakthrough campaigns are born. 31. Studies reveal that physical movement and walking often trigger creative insights. This finding suggests that creativity benefits from which type of activity? A. Stationary focus. B. Physical stillness. C. Embodied cognition. D. Mental isolation. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Embodied cognition. Explanation. Option C is correct because embodied cognition links physical movement to mental processes, with walking stimulating neural pathways that enhance creative thinking and insights. Option A is incorrect because stationary focus can limit the cognitive benefits that physical movement provides for creativity. Option B is incorrect because physical stillness contrasts with the movement that research shows enhances creative thinking. Option D is incorrect because mental isolation does not explain the specific link between physical movement and creative insights. Scientists have uncovered why Steve Jobs took walking meetings and why many writers pace while thinking. Physical movement, especially walking, triggers embodied cognition, where body movement enhances mental processes. As we walk, blood flow increases to the brain, neural pathways activate differently, and our minds enter a more fluid state. The rhythmic nature of walking creates a meditative state, where the conscious mind relaxes and creative insights bubble up from the subconscious. Movement literally moves ideas forward. 32. An organization creates innovation awards recognizing both successful implementations and valuable failures. This dual recognition system primarily encourages which aspects of creativity? A. Risk-taking experimentation. B. Safe predictability. C. Guaranteed success. D. Minimal attempts. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Risk-taking experimentation. Explanation option A is correct, because recognizing valuable failures alongside successes encourages risk-taking experimentation by removing the fear of failure that inhibits creative attempts. Option B is incorrect because safe predictability avoids the risks that dual recognition systems are designed to encourage. Option C is incorrect because guaranteed success is impossible in creativity. Recognizing failures acknowledges this reality. Option D is incorrect because recognizing both outcomes encourages more rather than minimal creative attempts and experiments. Organizations that recognize valuable failures alongside successes are playing a sophisticated psychological game. By celebrating both, they encourage risk-taking experimentation, the lifeblood of innovation. Think of it as removing the safety net that actually makes people less safe. When only success is rewarded, people play it safe with guaranteed wins. But when intelligent failures are also valued, employees feel free to attempt moonshot ideas. This dual recognition system says, we value learning and trying as much as succeeding. 33. A tech company schedules regular unstructured time for engineers to explore interests without deliverables. This practice recognizes that creativity often emerges from which condition? A. Strict deadlines. B. Playful exploration. C. Constant pressure. D. Detailed planning. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Playful exploration. Explanation option B is correct because playful exploration, without immediate deliverables, allows minds to wander and make unexpected connections that lead to creative breakthroughs. Option A is incorrect because strict deadlines create pressure that can constrain the open exploration necessary for creativity. Option C is incorrect because constant pressure inhibits the relaxed mental state, where creative insights often emerge. Option D is incorrect because detailed planning structures, thinking in ways that can prevent unexpected creative discoveries. Tech giants like Google and 3M discovered that unstructured exploration time produces their most innovative products. Gmail and Post-it notes came from this playful exploration. When engineers have time without deliverables or deadlines, their minds enter a different mode: playful, curious, experimental. It's in this relaxed state that people make unexpected connections and pursue wild hunches. Structured work produces expected results, but unstructured play produces unexpected breakthroughs that change industries. 34. Research indicates that creative breakthroughs often occur during relaxed states rather than intense focus. This phenomenon, called incubation, suggests which approach to problem solving? A. Continuous concentration. B. Strategic breaks. C. Endless effort. D. Immediate solutions. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer B, strategic breaks. Explanation option B is correct because strategic breaks allow subconscious processing during incubation periods, where the mind continues working on problems, leading to creative insights. Option A is incorrect because continuous concentration can create mental fatigue that blocks the incubation process necessary for breakthroughs. Option C is incorrect because endless effort without breaks prevents the mental relaxation where incubation-based insights occur. Option D is incorrect because immediate solutions skip the incubation period, where complex creative connections often form. The phenomenon of having breakthrough ideas in the shower or during walks has a name: incubation. When we stop actively thinking about a problem and take strategic breaks, our subconscious continues processing in the background. It's like letting bread dough rise. You can't rush it by staring at it. During these relaxed states, the brain makes connections it couldn't make under pressure. This is why the best problem solvers know when to step away and let their minds incubate solutions. 35. A company finds that cross-functional teams produce more innovative solutions than departmental groups. This advantage primarily results from which mechanism? A, faster agreement, B, similar expertise, C, knowledge diversity, D, reduced discussion. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C, knowledge diversity. Explanation option C is correct because knowledge diversity in cross-functional teams brings different expertise and perspectives together, creating novel combinations that drive innovation. Option A is incorrect because cross-functional teams typically take longer to reach agreement due to diverse viewpoints requiring integration. Option B is incorrect because cross-functional teams specifically lack similar expertise, instead offering varied knowledge bases. Option D is incorrect because diverse teams require more discussion to integrate different perspectives, not less. Cross-functional teams are innovation powerhouses because they bring knowledge diversity to the table. Imagine trying to understand an elephant when each person only knows one part. That's how departmental teams work. But cross-functional teams see the whole elephant. Marketing knows customer needs, engineering knows technical possibilities, finance knows resource constraints, and operations knows implementation realities. When these diverse knowledge bases collide, they create solutions that are both innovative and implementable. 36. An advertising agency redesigns workspace to include nature elements and natural lighting. This environmental change primarily aims to enhance which aspect of creativity? A, technical skills, B, cognitive restoration, C, digital efficiency, D, communication speed. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B, cognitive restoration. Explanation option B is correct because natural elements and lighting provide cognitive restoration that refreshes mental resources, enhancing creative thinking capacity and reducing mental fatigue. Option A is incorrect because environmental elements affect mental state and well-being rather than specific technical skill development. Option C is incorrect because natural elements impact psychological factors rather than digital tool efficiency or performance. Option D is incorrect because workspace nature elements affect cognitive function and creativity, not communication speed between individuals. Forward-thinking companies are bringing nature indoors, and it's not just for aesthetics. Natural elements and lighting provide cognitive restoration, essentially recharging our mental batteries. Artificial environments drain cognitive resources through constant stimulation and harsh lighting, but natural elements allow our directed attention to rest while engaging our effortless fascination with nature. This restoration refreshes the mental resources needed for creative thinking. It's why the best ideas often come during walks in nature. Our minds literally recover their creative capacity. 37. Successful innovators often report that constraints paradoxically enhance rather than limit their creativity. This phenomenon suggests that creativity benefits from which type of challenge? A. Unlimited resources. B. Productive constraints. C. Complete freedom. D. Absence of limits. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Productive constraints. Explanation: option B is correct because productive constraints provide focus and challenge that stimulate creative problem solving, forcing innovative approaches within defined boundaries. Option A is incorrect because unlimited resources can reduce the creative challenge that constraints provide for innovative thinking. Option C is incorrect because complete freedom can be overwhelming, while constraints provide helpful structure for creative exploration. Option D is incorrect because absence of limits removes the productive tension that constraints create for creative solutions. Here's a creativity paradox that surprises many. Constraints actually enhance rather than limit innovation. When resources are unlimited, the mind paradoxically becomes less creative because there's no challenge to overcome, but productive constraints force the brain into problem-solving mode. Think of haiku poetry. The strict structure doesn't limit creativity, it channels it. Constraints create a creative tension that pushes people to find innovative solutions within boundaries, often leading to breakthroughs they never would have discovered with unlimited freedom. 38. A design firm encourages employees to maintain creative hobbies outside work. This policy recognizes that creativity benefits from which type of mental activity? A. Single focus. B. Cross-pollination. C. Work isolation. D. Narrow specialization. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Cross-pollination. Explanation: option B is correct because cross-pollination between hobbies and work allows creative techniques and insights from one domain to inspire innovations in another. Option A is incorrect because single focus on work alone limits the diverse inputs that creative hobbies provide. Option C is incorrect because work isolation prevents the creative cross-fertilization that outside hobbies enable. Option D is incorrect because narrow specialization misses the creative benefits of diverse activities and interests. Design firms encouraging creative hobbies understand the power of cross-pollination between different domains. When a designer plays jazz, they learn improvisation and rhythm. When they do pottery, they understand form and patience. These skills don't stay compartmentalized. They blend and influence each other. The improvisation from jazz might inspire a new approach to user interface design. The patience from pottery might improve iterative design processes. Creative hobbies are secret training grounds for professional innovation. 39. Organizations with strong learning cultures report higher creative output than those emphasizing only performance. This correlation highlights the importance of which mindset? A. Fixed ability. B. Growth orientation. C. Performance focus. D. Evaluation emphasis. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Growth orientation. Explanation: option B is correct because growth orientation encourages experimentation and learning from mistakes, creating psychological conditions that foster creative risk-taking and innovation. Option A is incorrect because fixed ability mindsets discourage the experimentation and learning necessary for creative development. Option C is incorrect because exclusive performance focus can inhibit the experimental learning that drives creative growth. Option D is incorrect because evaluation emphasis creates judgment pressure that suppresses creative risk-taking and experimentation. Organizations with learning cultures consistently outperform those focused solely on performance. And here's why. A growth orientation creates psychological conditions where failure is seen as data, not disaster. Employees with this mindset view challenges as opportunities to expand abilities rather than tests of fixed talent. They experiment more, take intelligent risks, and persist through setbacks. This creates a compound effect where continuous learning leads to continuous innovation, while performance-only cultures stagnate in safe, known territories. 40. A software company finds that pair programming produces more creative solutions than solo coding. This collaborative approach primarily leverages which creative mechanism? A. Individual genius. B. Cognitive stimulation. C. Isolated thinking. D. Independent work. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Cognitive stimulation. Explanation. Option B is correct because cognitive stimulation from partner interaction triggers new associations and challenges assumptions, leading to more creative problem-solving approaches. Option A is incorrect because pair programming relies on collaboration rather than individual genius working in isolation. Option C is incorrect because isolated thinking is what pair programming specifically avoids through collaborative interaction. Option D is incorrect because independent work eliminates the cognitive stimulation that partnership provides for creativity. Pair programming revolutionized software development not for quality control, but for creative enhancement. When two developers work together, cognitive stimulation occurs. One person's thought triggers another's insight. It's like having a creative conversation with the code. The navigator thinks strategically, while the driver handles tactics, and they constantly switch, preventing tunnel vision. This cognitive ping-pong generates solutions neither developer would reach alone, proving that creativity often needs a dance partner. 41. Research shows that moderate background noise enhances creativity more than complete silence. This finding suggests that creative thinking benefits from which environmental condition? A. Total silence. B. Optimal stimulation. C. Maximum noise. D. Extreme quiet. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Optimal stimulation. Explanation. Option B is correct because optimal stimulation from moderate noise creates slight cognitive load that promotes abstract thinking and creative connections without overwhelming focus. Option A is incorrect because total silence may be too unstimulating, failing to provide the cognitive arousal that enhances creativity. Option C is incorrect because maximum noise overwhelms cognitive resources, disrupting the thinking necessary for creative work. Option D is incorrect because extreme quiet, like silence, may lack the stimulation that moderate noise provides for creativity. Coffee shop productivity isn't just hipster mythology. There's real science behind why moderate background noise enhances creativity. Complete silence can be too sterile, causing the mind to become hyper-focused on minutiae. But moderate ambient noise creates just enough cognitive load to promote abstract thinking without overwhelming concentration. This optimal stimulation level disrupts normal thinking patterns just enough to encourage creative connections. It's why many writers and designers seek out the gentle buzz of cafes rather than the tomb-like quiet of libraries. 42. A company implements reverse mentoring, where junior employees teach senior staff about new technologies. This practice primarily develops which aspect of organizational creativity? A. Hierarchical reinforcement. B. Bidirectional learning. C. Senior dominance. D. Junior subordination. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Bidirectional learning. Explanation. Option B is correct because bidirectional learning through reverse mentoring breaks traditional knowledge flows, fostering creative exchanges between different experience levels and perspectives. Option A is incorrect because reverse mentoring specifically challenges rather than reinforces traditional hierarchical knowledge structures. Option C is incorrect because reverse mentoring reduces senior dominance by positioning juniors as teachers in specific domains. Option D is incorrect because reverse mentoring elevates rather than subordinates junior employees by recognizing their unique knowledge. Reverse mentoring flips to traditional knowledge hierarchies and unleashes bidirectional learning throughout organizations. When junior employees teach senior staff about new technologies and trends, it breaks the assumption that wisdom only flows downward. Seniors gain fresh perspectives and digital fluency, while juniors gain confidence and visibility. This knowledge democracy creates creative exchanges between different experience levels. This combines the wisdom of experience with the innovation of fresh eyes. Everyone becomes both teacher and student. 43. An innovation lab uses improvisational theatre exercises to develop creative thinking skills. This unconventional approach primarily trains which cognitive ability? A. Script memorization. B. Spontaneous adaptation. C. Rigid planning. D. Predictable responses. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Spontaneous adaptation. Explanation. Option B is correct because spontaneous adaptation skills from improv training enhance ability to think quickly, build on others' ideas, and create novel solutions dynamically. Option A is incorrect because improvisation specifically avoids memorization in favor of spontaneous creative response generation. Option C is incorrect because improv trains flexibility and adaptation, the opposite of a rigid planning mindset. Option D is incorrect because improvisation develops unpredictable creative responses rather than predictable reaction patterns. Innovation labs using improv theatre exercises aren't just having fun, they're training spontaneous adaptation, the cornerstone of creative thinking. Improv teaches you to build on whatever comes your way with yes and thinking. You can't plan or script, you must adapt instantly and creatively. This develops mental agility that transfers directly to innovation challenges. When market conditions change or projects pivot, those trained in improv adapt fluidly rather than freezing. Spontaneous adaptation becomes second nature. 44. Studies find that multicultural experiences correlate with enhanced creative ability. This relationship suggests that creativity benefits from exposure to which type of influence? A. Cultural homogeneity. B. Diverse worldviews. C. Single perspective. D. Uniform thinking. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Diverse worldviews. Explanation. Option B is correct because diverse worldviews from multicultural experiences provide varied cognitive frameworks that enable creative recombination of ideas across cultural boundaries. Option A is incorrect because cultural homogeneity limits the diverse perspectives that multicultural experiences provide for creativity. Option C is incorrect because single perspectives restrict the mental flexibility that multiple cultural viewpoints develop. Option D is incorrect because uniform thinking opposes the cognitive diversity that multicultural experiences foster for creativity. Multicultural experiences are creativity superchargers, and neuroscience shows us why. Exposure to diverse worldviews literally rewires the brain to see multiple perspectives simultaneously. When you understand how different cultures approach problems, celebrate or communicate, your mind builds bridges between these different cognitive frameworks. You stop seeing one right way and start seeing multiple valid approaches. This mental flexibility allows creative recombination across cultural boundaries, producing innovations that monocultural thinking could never achieve. 45. A consulting firm rotates project leadership rather than maintaining fixed team hierarchies. This practice primarily prevents which barrier to creative collaboration? A. Role flexibility. B. Power crystallization. C. Skill development. D. Knowledge sharing. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. Power crystallization. Explanation. Option B is correct because power crystallization in fixed hierarchies can suppress creative input from lower levels. Rotation prevents rigid power structures from forming. Option A is incorrect because role flexibility is what rotation promotes, not a barrier it prevents. Option C is incorrect because skill development is enhanced rather than prevented by experiencing different leadership roles. Option D is incorrect because knowledge sharing is facilitated rather than hindered by rotating leadership positions. Rotating project leadership is a brilliant strategy to prevent power crystallization. When fixed hierarchies become so rigid, they stifle creativity. In traditional teams, power structures solidify over time, creating invisible barriers to idea flow. But when leadership rotates, these structures stay fluid. Today's follower is tomorrow's leader, so everyone stays engaged and contributory. This prevents the creative suppression that happens when people accept their place and stop challenging the status quo. 46. Organizations that celebrate intelligent failures alongside successes report increased innovation rates. This cultural practice primarily addresses which psychological barrier to creativity? A. Success guarantee need. B. Failure avoidance. C. Recognition desire. D. Achievement focus. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: B. Failure avoidance. Explanation. Option B is correct because failure avoidance inhibits creative risk-taking. Celebrating intelligent failures removes this barrier by reframing failure as valuable learning. Option A is incorrect because success guarantee needs are unrealistic in creativity. The practice accepts rather than guarantees success. Option C is incorrect because recognition desire is fulfilled rather than addressed as a barrier through failure celebration. Option D is incorrect because achievement focus is not necessarily negative. The issue is fear of failure, not achievement orientation. Companies celebrating intelligent failures are addressing humanity's deepest creative barrier: failure avoidance. We're biologically wired to avoid failure for survival, but this instinct kills innovation. By celebrating failures that provided valuable learning, organizations reprogram this deep fear. They're saying, failing while trying something bold is better than succeeding at something safe. This cultural shift removes the paralyzing fear that keeps people in their comfort zones, unleashing the risk-taking essential for breakthrough innovation. 47. A startup uses design thinking workshops where employees prototype solutions rapidly without perfection expectations. This approach primarily cultivates which creative mindset? A. Perfectionist orientation. B. Iterative experimentation. C. Final solution focus. D. Single attempt thinking. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. Iterative experimentation. Explanation. Option B is correct because iterative experimentation through rapid prototyping, encourages multiple attempts and refinements, essential for developing creative solutions through trial and learning. Option A is incorrect because perfectionist orientation inhibits the quick prototyping and experimentation that design thinking promotes. Option C is incorrect because final solution focus contradicts the iterative nature of design thinking's prototype and refine approach. Option D is incorrect because single attempt thinking opposes the multiple iteration philosophy central to design thinking methodology. Design thinking workshops with rapid prototyping cultivate iterative experimentation, the mindset that treats everything as a draft. Instead of seeking perfection on the first try, participants create quick, rough prototypes to test ideas. Each iteration teaches something new, and failures are just data points towards success. This approach removes the paralysis of perfectionism that kills creativity. When everything is an experiment, people feel free to try wild ideas. The magic isn't in getting it right initially, but in rapid learning cycles. 48. Research indicates that creative individuals often exhibit both convergent and divergent thinking abilities. This dual capacity enables which type of creative process? A. Single-track thinking. B. Comprehensive creativity. C. Limited exploration. D. Narrow focus. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Comprehensive creativity. Explanation: option B is correct, because comprehensive creativity requires both divergent thinking for generating possibilities and convergent thinking for refining and implementing solutions effectively. Option A is incorrect because single-track thinking lacks the flexibility that dual convergent-divergent capacity provides for creativity. Option C is incorrect because limited exploration results from lacking either divergent or convergent thinking, not from having both. Option D is incorrect because narrow focus contradicts the expansive then focused process that dual thinking modes enable. Creative geniuses possess a rare dual ability. They can think both divergently and convergently. Divergent thinking generates multiple possibilities, exploring every direction like fireworks exploding outward. Convergent thinking then focuses these possibilities into practical solutions, like a lens focusing light. Most people excel at one or the other, but comprehensive creativity requires both. It's the ability to dream wildly, then execute practically, to explore broadly then focus precisely. This dual capacity enables the full creative cycle from imagination to implementation. 49. A company creates dedicated innovation time, but finds better results when teams self-organize rather than receive assignments. This finding highlights the importance of which factor? A. External control. B. Autonomous choice. C. Mandated structure. D. Prescribed methods. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Autonomous choice. Explanation: option B is correct because autonomous choice in team formation and project selection enhances intrinsic motivation and ownership, leading to more creative and innovative outcomes. Option A is incorrect because external control reduces the autonomy that self-organization provides for enhanced creative output. Option C is incorrect because mandated structure contradicts the self-organization principle that produces better creative results. Option D is incorrect because prescribed methods limit the freedom that autonomous teams need for optimal creative performance. Self-organizing teams during innovation time consistently outperform assigned teams, and the reason is pure psychology. Autonomous choice activates intrinsic motivation, the internal drive that powers creativity. When people choose their teammates and projects, they feel ownership and investment. They're not just completing a task, they're pursuing a vision they believe in. This autonomy transforms work from obligation to passion, and passionate teams solve problems with an intensity and creativity that assigned teams rarely match. 50. Organizations with transparent information sharing report higher creative output than those with restricted knowledge access. This correlation suggests creativity requires which organizational condition? A. Information hoarding. B. Knowledge democracy. C. Selective sharing. D. Limited access. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Knowledge democracy. Explanation: option B is correct, because knowledge democracy through transparent information sharing enables all employees to access insights that spark creative connections and innovative solutions. Option A is incorrect because information hoarding restricts the knowledge flow necessary for organization-wide creative thinking and innovation. Option C is incorrect because selective sharing creates knowledge silos that prevent the cross-pollination essential for creativity. Option D is incorrect because limited access restricts the information availability that enables creative problem-solving across the organization. Transparent information sharing creates knowledge democracy, the fuel for organization-wide innovation. When information is hoarded in silos, creativity suffocates because people can't connect dots they can't see, but when knowledge flows freely, every employee becomes a potential innovator. The janitor might connect customer feedback with a facility issue. The intern might spot a pattern our executives missed. This democratic access to information enables creative connections across all levels and departments, transforming entire organizations into innovation engines. You have reached the end of our first question set. For the free complete exam preparation, visit our website link in the description, where you find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.